Good evening, and welcome to Weird-O-Rama. I'm your host, Victor Von Psychotron, and all of us at Weird-O-Rama will always strive to bring you the creepy.
The man who wrote this note, who signed himself the Ghost, was never heard from again.
The strange. And of course, the weird.
Hey, you pull him up by his pants. I'm going up and see what's in that cave up there.
Tonight we have another double feature for you, featuring 2 classic television programs and 2 more episodes of the cliffhanger serial, The Sea Raiders. The first program we have up for you is, believe it or not, a game show. Pantomime Quiz Time, starring none other than Vincent Price. Yes, Vincent Price on a game show. This actually happened. The other show we will have for you is another episode of One Step Beyond. Sorry. So, lock all of your doors and windows, turn off all of your lights, sit back, have a cup of tea, and enjoy tonight's double feature.
And now for the most talked about show in Hollywood. 3 words. A television show. Watch. Hour. Time. Pantomime Quiz Time! Yes, friends, it's Mike Stokey's Pantomime Quiz Time with regulars Vincent Price, Hans Conried, Adele Jurgens, and Frank Duvall, and a panel of 4 of your favorite guest stars on the oldest and most honored show in the movie capital. And now here to start off tonight's festivities is your host, Mike Stokey.
Thank you, Ed. That's well. Thank you, Ed Reimers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pantomime Quiz, particularly all you people back east who are seeing the show for the first time. We got a swell bunch lined up, and incidentally, these regulars on the program are one of the reasons this is the oldest show in Hollywood and the most honored. We chose our regulars carefully. For beauty, we got the one and only Miss Adele Jurgens. For sheer, unadulterated, complete, top, acme hilarity, Frank Duvall. Then on the completely zany side, learned I must admit, but zany, you know him as Professor Crop Sweat. Let me rephrase that. On the radio, Professor Kropotkin, Hans Conried. That's a rough name when you pronounce it. And over here on the good-looking, suave, smooth, manly side, Vincent Price. I got to do a little bragging tonight for you folks who are seeing it for the first time, because I defy any television program in the nation to match the names we have on the show tonight. Take a load of our... Yes, get a load of our guests here. Very happy to welcome back for the second time on our show, and she was sensational on the first one, Miss Marilyn Maxwell. For the first time on our show, and you ought to see that. What color is that, incidentally? Well, all right. Anyway, it's wonderful having you with us, Miss Ella Ring. Back of Ella, a guy on the screen, stage, television, what have you, one of the best actors in the business. Can draw tears or laugh quiet. Well, your tears or laughter from anybody. Howard the Silver. Howard. Up here next to me, a gentleman whom I'm very proud to have on the show because he has been with us on every first important thing we've had on this show. The only 3-time Academy Award winner in the business, Walter Brennan. That's all right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it this much. Okay, there's the lineup. Let's get underway on the show. Marilyn Maxwell, you're going to start off, kid. You're right up front here. Marilyn, you look awfully cute in that. Look, how about a rundown on your pictures? What's the story?
Well, I have one picture to be released called New Mexico with Lou Ayres and Hans Conried.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Playing Lincoln with my Abraham.
Lincoln. Oh, this is your Lincoln picture.
Abraham Lincoln.
Well, what?
And he's very, very bad.
True. That's the only honest. Did you hear this? She said you were very, very bad, and I agreed thoroughly with you.
Sweet, good girl.
Well, what?
No, I'm only kidding.
Was Bob Hope in this one or what?
No, that's what I'm going to do next, Mike. It's called The Lemon Drop Kid with Bob Hope. That starts very
Cute
soon.
title. I'll use that on the show. That's Paramount, naturally.
Yes, the Paramount.
Okay, Marilyn, start your team off.
Oh,
This gal has everything. Looks, voice, figure, and we'll see what she can do in pantomime. Number 1 for Marilyn Maxwell. Marilyn, let's see your team. You got your team off. Kirsten Shepard from Los Angeles sent this in. 10 seconds.
Leading off for the guests, Marilyn Maxwell goes to work on a line from a song. It must be jelly, 'cause jam don't shake like that.
Ten words.
What is it?
Say.
Song.
A song title.
So,
A line from a
song.
line.
Eighth word.
8 words.
Shimmy.
Wiggle,
Shimmy.
Da 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 da.
Hula.
Shimmy. What's that? An ice cream mixer? No.
Butter.
wait a second.
Can anybody guess?
It's a shimmy.
Oh, don't stop.
Wait a while. Don't be so. That's kind of This is a churner or a no.
Which
What word is that?
Which
What
word?
word?
Shake.
Shake.
What's the song about shaking shimmy?
Sing shimmy lemon drops.
4th word.
Fourth word. Butter.
Peanut butter.
Bread.
Jam.
Spread.
Jam. Spread.
Spread.
Jam.
Smooth. Spread.
Spread it.
Jam. Jammed.
Jelly.
Jelly. Oh.
Shake like a
Jelly roll. What's that? Come on, Smart guy. What is it? Let's say something.
I know.
We don't need any advice from you. She'll act it out.
Don't pay any attention.
Oh,
The whole thing. Yeah.
You know how.
Oh, let's forget the game.
Shake like a
Jelly.
Shake like a jelly.
I don't know the song. I'm
Shake
illiterate.
like a jelly roll.
Just look at us. Yeah, let us look at you.
We were so
Come
good
on.
at that
Yeah.
before.
The first word shake.
A little word.
Little word. A shake. The shake.
How many little words?
Marilyn, no, that wasn't your fault because
We
they're
were.
so old that they don't understand this new music. It must be jelly because jam don't shake like
Well,
that.
that's what I get for living in the country.
Yeah! Marilyn, believe me, it wasn't your fault. It was Walter Brennan's fault. He just sat there. 2 minutes for a total of 2 minutes over here. Incidentally, people, they have a 2-minute time limit. 1 revolution of the clock is 2 minutes. These are our guests. These are our regulars. This is the number of minutes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I slide this over to 2 minutes, and this shows the number of players. Therefore, just look at the board, and you can see which team is ahead. And at the end, the winning team is the team with the lesser number of minutes. And incidentally, here is our own queen of television, Miss Sandra Smith. Thank you, Sandra. Vincent Price. Would you step up, please? Vince, what picture, as if I didn't know, do you want to plug tonight?
Curtain call, Cactus Creek, Walter Brennan. How do you do? Very nice to see
Do
you.
not forget the third
Hey,
one.
what? This was Donald O'Connor, you, Walter Brennan, who
Eve
else is in
Arden.
it? Eve Arden?
Yeah,
Good gosh,
Gail
that's a
Storm.
tremendous
It's a
cast.
tremendous cast. It's a tremendous picture.
Is
Mike.
it a good
And
one?
it's high time they released it.
Well, it's about time. We've been talking for 2 years on this. Okay,
Yes, what
Vince.
about it?
Incidentally,
What do you
this
want?
last week, people, we had what we called, because Vince and Hans very shortly will be leaving. Vince is going to France for a picture. Hans is going on vacation. So we gave Hans Conried night last week. This week's going to be sort of Vincent Price night where we're really going to put it through his
thin
paces,
on
okay? Number 12 for Vincent Price. Vince, let me find your card. This was sent in by Mrs. Jenny Liebman from Venice, California.
This is a gag saying for Vincent Price. Of all the felt I ever felt, I never felt like that felt.
Fifth word.
Fourth word.
Seventh word.
Seventh word are alike.
Fourth,
And the 10th word. 4th, 7th, 10th, and 16th. And
First.
11.
Oh, no, 11.
are alike.
And the
Yeah.
a lot of words alike.
And that word is
Fourth
word.
Touch.
Skin,
Feel.
shoulder,
Feel. Feeling.
Felt.
Feeling.
Felt.
Felt.
felt,
Felt.
felt.
Fourth word. And the first word. First word.
For
A,
and.
of.
Of blank,
The
blank,
second
felt.
word. All. Every all. Of all.
Of all
these
things.
These things.
Of all the felt. Of all the felt I felt.
Ever felt.
Of all the felt I've ever felt.
I felt.
Ninth word, felt.
No. I haven't. Never.
I never
felt.
I never felt.
Felt before.
I never felt.
Felt before.
Before.
I never felt.
Now.
I never.
Tenth word,
Felt.
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 Now. No.
I never
felt.
liked.
Felt.
Such felt.
Sixth, never felt.
Such wonderful.
Girl.
You're overplaying it and not doing it well.
12th word,
Woman.
Heart, love.
Like.
Felt like this before.
No, like.
Felt like.
Of all the felts I've ever felt, I never felt like this before.
Hair.
Sounds like
hair. Hat. Hat.
But perhaps we'd better withdraw. These two want to be alone. This is ridiculous. This is embarrassing. You make a tour de force of this.
Like that. What?
It must be very dull for those who are still watching.
Like that.
That's right, Vince. It was fun anyway. Look, of all the felt I ever felt, I never felt like that felt. Felt, yes. Vince. Oh, don't dare give him one of these.
Jealous.
But you misunderstood when I said this was. When I said this was Vincent Price night. What? Hey, that Vince, that was very good for a total of 2 minutes, so it's one player each and 2 minutes each. Thank you, Sandra and Howard the Silver. Would you step up, Howard, what's this word? Vince,
actor.
it's over with.
Hey.
Howard the Silver has the stage. Hey, how about your pictures, huh?
This is the year for cops. Ta-da! Yeah,
Are
I'm
you-
14 hours at 20th Century Fox. And I play a cop. Good cops. All honorable cops.
You mean
And
the name of
guy-
the picture is 14 hours?
14
And
hours.
it's
It's about the
26.
guy who drops off a ledge.
Drops off a ladder?
Yeah.
Oh, a cliffhanger.
Dick Basehart. Wonderful actor.
Yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Douglas. Terrific.
What, are you a cop or a nasty guy?
No, I'm a very sweet cop. A pleasant cop.
Oh, I see what you mean. Have you got any others that are due
Sent
to
me
be
to
released,
work on
Howard?
this before.
Howard, you got any others that are due to be released?
Yeah. The Whipped.
The
and,
Whipped?
And Tripoli.
Tripoli?
Don't get jealous.
Yeah. All right, I should have asked. Number 7 for Howard the Silver. Howard, your team is exactly even with the other. Angela Barton from Chicago,
We'll be
Illinois,
way ahead
sent it
this
in.
time.
Another saying of the gag variety for Howard De Silva. Put an egg in your shoe and beat it.
Gag. How many words? 9 words.
9 words.
Shoe.
No props. Hey, no props.
All right.
Third word.
Panama.
This is very hard.
First word.
You're
In.
pouring something in? Drink.
In. In.
Second
word.
In. Pour in.
Fourth
Fourth
word.
Shoe?
Shoe.
Is it the word shoe? No.
Sixth word. Shoe.
Shoe. Sixth word shoe.
Sixth word is shoe. Fourth
In.
word.
Shoe.
Fourth
Fourth
word.
An egg?
Egg. Put an egg in
Put an egg in
your
the
shoe.
Put an egg in your shoe. Whip it
And
up.
whip it up. Put an egg in the shoe. Beat it. I never heard this before.
egg in your shoe and beat it. Just a gag. Thank you, Sandra.
I'm just made it.
People, that Howard Da Silva, that took you 1 minute and 20 seconds for a total of 3:20 over here for our guests and 2 players. Thank you, Sandra. Voodoo perfume, I know. Frank DeVaul, will you step up, please? Frank, for you folks who are meeting him for the first time, is one of the top men at Capitol Records over there. He's one of the most popular musical conductors. Has backed some of the top name stars in the business.
Not too far back.
Yes, not too far back, but you have now started your own dance band, right?
That's right.
And you just finished an album with Jimmy McHugh.
That's right. And
All
we're going
right,
out
I
on
got
the road.
everything
Except Friday nights. We're going to be here on Friday nights. Just me. And that record you play for your theme.
True. Number 10 for Frank DeVaul. Frank, your team is slightly ahead. Josephine Miller from Compton is trying
It's a bit of Shakespeare. Frank DeVaul is drawn. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Hey, Shakespeare.
Ah, what play? 10 words. Give up on I don't know the play.
All the world's stage, all the men of
King Lear.
King Lear.
idea.
Uneasy lies the
Witch, a clown, an idiot.
Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, cauldron burn and fire burn and cauldron bubble. Right.
Oh.
Bubble.
Double, bubble. Double, double.
This isn't a bat.
So they changed double, double, boil and...
No.
Double, double, boil. No.
Cauldron
bubble.
No. Cauldron
Double,
bubble.
double. Double, double.
Come on.
Double, double.
Double, double.
Third word.
Double, double. Third word. Cauldron.
Strike.
Hammer. Shovel.
Dig.
Shovel.
Dig.
Shovel.
You're for
Hot.
firing.
Hot.
Firing.
Fire. Heat. Sweat.
Hot. Dig.
Toil. Toil and trouble.
Toil and trouble.
Toil and trouble. Cauldron burn.
Fire burn and cauldron bubble.
You said
No, Hot's the exception.
Until he's been inspected for rabies, I will not continue to play with him.
No, the popular conception is bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, but actually it's double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. You were grand on this, Frank. Frank, that took you 58 seconds for a total of 2:58 over here, which puts you ahead of the other team, 2 players each. Thank you, Sandra and Walter Brennan. Will you step up, please? Walter Brennan. Here we are. Now that you have been embarrassedly in front of people acknowledged as having been in the same picture with Vincent Price, Cactus called it Curtain Creek. Am I right? No, Curtain called it Cactus Creek. You know that ain't
Cactus
easy.
Creek.
Walt, please, I've already gone through that. What other pictures have you got?
I
mean, did you just finish anything in particular?
Oh, I did. I think Ticket to Tomahawk is out, isn't it? And the show down, the Sheriff's Daughter. Which way you go, boys? One of those, too. And let's get on with the show.
All right, we'll go ahead. I could get him to talk if I talked about his ranches up in Oregon and Arizona.
Mike.
Number 5 for Walter Brennan. Incidentally, this is the one where you folks are not going to hear the voice off stage tell you anything. No slide will be put on your television set, and you folks in the audience here, everybody's guessing from scratch. You'll be happy to know that, Walter.
Yes, I will be very happy.
Joe Baxter from Los Angeles sent it in.
Ah. A line
Say.
of a poem?
Say.
A poem.
Okay. What?
Itch. Scratch.
Something about an ape? A monkey?
Ape. Monkey.
See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
Three monkeys. See, hear, and speak no evil. Thank you, Sandra. Walter, that only took you 14 short seconds for a total of 3:34 over here, which will probably be instrumental in putting the team ahead. Sandra and Hans Connery, would you step up, please?
Thank you enough for the recognition of my personality.
Hans, I've already mentioned to the folks that you are one of the top radio... Vince. Vince, it's all right now. I've already mentioned that Hans is one of the top radio actors in the business. You know he plays Professor Kropotkin. What are some of the other shows you've been doing?
Well, at the moment, of course, this is summer hiatus time.
That's layoff. But Blonde...
I play director on a certain... I've had the pleasure of this gentleman's services. You see, my mother is present.
Yes, what show do you direct?
Stars of Hollywood on Saturday morning. Please pay attention. You may learn something. During the season, I'm also Mr. Schultz on Life with Luigi. I'm Mr. Wood on Favorite Husband. I'm Mr. Hemingway on Judy Canova. I assume.
Anyway, he's over scale. Let's put it that way. All right, Hans. Number 4 for the peasant here. Hans, this was sent in by Miss Joyce Wolf from West Los Angeles, California.
It's a line from a love song for Hans Conried. Though I tried to be aloof, when you pushed me off the roof, I feel our romance is dead.
And
Shakespeare.
Line, whole song.
Operatic.
10, 15,
19
words.
Well, this can't be done in 2 minutes.
Go ahead. Pantomime, dear boy.
The 19th
word.
You're dead.
Dead. Down among the dead men.
17th word. Hot, light, love, hot, love,
feel.
Love.
Two
Two
syllables.
syllables.
First syllable.
Romance.
Romance is
Romance
dead.
is dead.
Romance is dead.
10th
10th
word.
word.
11th word.
16th word.
16th word.
You got to count in this.
Everybody.
We.
Every romance
We.
is dead.
Our.
Our romance is dead.
That's the 11th. That's the 6th.
Our romance is dead.
15th
word.
word. Touch, feel.
I feel our romance is dead. I feel our romance is dead.
13th.
Once
13th
before
word.
that.
It's a house.
Steeple.
House, steeple, tower,
Tower.
Roof.
Roof.
Spire.
Roof. Oh, is it, there's a wishing,
No.
wishing well?
That's
7th word.
8th
8th word.
You.
He.
You.
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 9th
Ninth
word.
word.
Shout.
Push.
Push.
You push.
You push.
Pushing.
push
You push me out. You push me over. Push me down.
Over. Away. Away.
Push me aside. Aside. Away. Aside. Well, do it.
Oh, push me off. You
Off.
push me off the
roof.
roof. Our romance is dead.
And I feel our romance is dead.
Dead.
You push me
You
off
push
the
me
roof.
off the
No
roof.
one's ever heard this. What is
Oh
the
yeah,
first-
it's a parody.
First,
Second
Second
word.
word.
Me.
I.
I.
When
Job.
I
Pushed.
worked.
Felt.
I tried.
There's no phrase.
This is a very
Well, we
popular-
did darn
Although
well.
I tried to be aloof, when you pushed me off the roof, I feel our romance is dead. I somehow feel I've been betrayed. Oh my gosh, you're delightful. You're just wonderful, but
Hans, that took you 2 minutes for a total of 4:58 over here with 3 players, so our guests are definitely ahead, and our anchor man, Ella Rings, you're up. Yes, it's wonderful having you on the show. What about this picture, Second Face? I know you want to do this, so I'll speak quickly.
Oh, that's where I have 2 faces, dear. One with a nose and one with mine. 2 noses.
You know that ain't...
Never mind, yeah.
Who's in it with you, Ella?
Bruce Bennett, Rita Johnson, John Sutton. Were you? No, you weren't.
No.
11.
All right. Number 11 for Ella Raines. And Ella, if you do well here, undoubtedly your team will beat. Cynthia Ross from Indianapolis sent this in.
It's that familiar children's saying for Ella Raines, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt.
10 words. 13 words? 13 words.
13 words?
Saying. Quotation.
Bone.
Hank. Shank.
Bone.
Shank.
Leg.
Shank.
Chin.
We got this.
Shin?
Knee.
Bone. Shin.
Sounds like you stretch like boned?
Is this the
A
what word?
rag, a bone. A hank of hair.
Fourth word.
Fifth word.
Break. That's the only word we have. The first word.
Lit.
Leg.
Oh, my word.
Don't break a leg, mother.
Bone.
What's a bone? Sounds like bone.
Oh, sounds like bone?
Throw.
Ball.
Limb.
Does it sound like bone?
Bone.
Bone?
Throne.
Throne.
Throne?
Throne.
Dirt?
Rock.
Like
Oh,
dirt?
rock. Stone.
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 Stoning.
Stoning.
Stoned.
Stoned.
Stone. Stone.
Stone? Stone? Yeah. Stoning?
Stone. Stone.
Stoning?
Stones.
Sticks and stones can break my bones, but I'm...
Scared the heck out of me. Hell, that was stupid.
We make it ahead of...
By the way, you people, I don't know whether I've told you, who would like to stump the stars on the show, send as many stumpers as you like to me, Mike Stokey, in care of Pantomime Quiz Time, in care of CBS Television Hollywood. And if you do stump the stars or the experts, you win some beautiful Evans lighters. So do that at any time, will you? Ella, that was very cute. Howard, nice guessing. A minute 50 for a total of 5:24 over here. Yes, 5:24. So the regulars still have an outside chance to win. Adele Juergens, you is last man, so come up quick. Adele,
Team, hey.
fellas.
Come on.
Adele, I want to have time to get to the bumper,
All
so
right,
let's
that's
go
all right,
through
yeah.
quick. You all know Adele Juergens. She'll be in a million pictures coming out. Number 14. Number 14 for Adele Juergens. Adele, this was sent in by Ann Morgan from Chicago, Illinois.
It's the children's poem for Adele Juergens. Oh, where is my little dog gone? Oh, where can he be? With his ears cut short and his tail cut long. Oh, where can he be?
23 words. Lines from a kid song. Yeah. First word. Oh. The whole idea.
Indians?
Oh, deer, Doug. What can the matter be?
What are you, a wolf? A coyote?
A deer.
Rabbit?
A dog.
Oh, where can you go? Oh, where can you do? Oh, where can you be?
Sandra. Adele, that was 25 seconds for a total of 5:23 by 1 second. You beat the other team.
We have a surprise guest that I'd like to have you meet.
All right.
Mr. Jack Pugh from Televiews Magazine.
Hello, nice meeting you. How are you,
Mike? There's bad news tonight.
Have a big surprise for Mike. For the third consecutive year, Mike, you were voted by all the readers of Televiews Magazine as their favorite quizmaster.
Well,
and this award is for you, and congratulations from them and from myself and Televiews.
Well, thank you very much. And believe me, it's one of the really great magazines in television out here. I just want to thank all of you people who voted on it for me. Thank you very much. Walter Brennan is the fastest. Adele Juergens, real quick, come up here. People, what we do, we get both of them the same thing. Walter turns to his team, Adele turns to her team. Put on the bumper slide. Both teams guess, and whichever team guesses first wins it. Okay, here we go. Both of you look at it. Whoop, wrong.
The bumper tonight, hail, hail, the gang's all here, and so on and so forth and so on.
Song. Rain, rain, go away.
Come again another day.
Hit a patter on the...
How does it go?
Rain,
we're a little
rain,
raindrop.
rain,
We got it right.
rain,
We got the right song. Singing in the rain. I'm singing.
Is it raining rain it's raining violets?
We
all. Every rain, every...
It's raining all around us. It's raining.
No.
Marilyn Maxwell. Marilyn, thank you so much for being on. It was really a pleasure having you. Ella Raines, it was wonderful having you on the show. I hope you come back with us.
Thank you very
Really
much.
terrific. Howard De Silva, you did a beautiful
pleasure.
job for us, particularly guessing Ella's. Walter Brennan, it's always terrific having you on the
Thank
show.
you,
Thank
Mike.
you so
Enjoyed
much.
being here.
Sandra, will you bring that on? In addition to being on the show, we'd like for you to have this entire set of these beautiful Evans lighters here. 9 of them. Aren't they terrific? Or if you've had the lighters, if you like, why... Oh, well, Vincent Price has put out a cigarette here. You have your choice of the 17 ruby-jeweled Elbrus wristwatches. Thank you so much, people. You've been terrific. So until next week, this is Mike Stokey, on behalf of myself and all the regulars, bidding you all a very pleasant...
Oh, Mike!
Join us again next week, same time, same channel, for another half hour of fun when our team of regulars meets the challenge of another foursome of outstanding personalities on Mike Stokey's Pantomime Quiz Time. Pantomime Quiz Time is a Mike Stokey production directed by Philippe DeLacy, technical director Archie C. Jones. This is Ed Reimers saying, this is CBS.
Hello, time for Two Truths and a Lie, in which I will tell you two truths and one lie about something in tonight's episode. This will be about some of the people you just saw on Pantomime Quiz Time. In particular, Hans Conried, Vincent Price, and Walter Brennan. First, Vincent Price co-owned an opera house with his good friend, John Kennedy. Second, Walter Brennan's 1962 version of Old Man River went to number 5 on the Billboard Top 100 charts that year. Third, Hans Conried had his body donated to science and medical study after he had died. There you have it. We'll tell you the lie by the end of tonight's double feature. Good luck.
Ready. Hey, they've harpooned it. Pull that line, boys. Throw some water on it. Cut the line, lad. Get him for around your neck. Chance. Cut the line quick! The whale's down there! She's going down! Get down your boat! There you are! Boy, that Billy's all right, huh? Boy, we're lucky guys. Oh, boy, I thought they were gone for sure. You and me both. Good work, lad. I could make a whaler out of you.
Listen, mate, what's the sense in spending the rest of your life being a whaler and getting no place?
Sure, when you can be rich, have anything you want. How do I know you guys ain't cutting me off a hunk of baloney so you can get out of this brig?
Ain't no baloney about that island.
Say, I'd be crazy to try and pull a fast one on you. That wouldn't be healthy.
You said it.
You better make up your mind. I'll be back from whaling pretty quick.
You all right, Swab?
Yeah, I'm all right, I guess.
But you ain't gonna get away with it.
Get away with what?
Save my life, that's what. Well, sure. I'll make it up to you somehow.
Yeah, I know. You done the same thing for me.
Yeah, for you. But not for that rat Toby.
Pull that boat alongside. Come on, lads. Take that boat to the forward deck. Sven! Mike!
Captain Meredith.
Sven, what happened?
Pete went crazy. Let Nelson and the others out of the brig.
What? Where are they?
Somewhere on the ship. Cap, they're armed.
A lot of good that'll do them. Where's Mike? The swine. Untie him.
Stay where you are.
From now on, I'm captain of this ship, and you're taking orders from me. Don't be a fool, Meredith.
Hey, Dogface, where are we headed for?
I told you where, Brat. When Captain Nelson gets you on that island, you won't be so fresh.
I hope you didn't swallow that applesauce Nelson handed you.
Who says it's applesauce?
I do. Nelson's my uncle and he's full of baloney.
Sure he is. There ain't no island like he told you.
see your new home. I hope you're going to like it.
Listen, Tonjes, if you think you're going to keep us on that island, you're crazy.
Am I? What are you going to do about it?
Just this. I'll get you, Tonjes, if it's the last thing I do.
Lock him up. Perhaps you'd like to start something, Adams.
You didn't do so well with the last guy that started something.
If you give me any more trouble, I'll have you all locked up, understand?
How long before we reach the island, sir?
About 3 hours.
Certainly we'll be glad to get there.
Quit your chattering and hurry up.
Yes, sir.
We have sent 250,000 tons of shipping to the bottom, sir.
Excellent. Does that include the last 2 boats that I communicated with you about?
No, I had to come in for oil and torpedoes. But there's plenty of time to get them.
Anyway, I'm sure proud of Brad for trying. Tom, look!
That's what we've been waiting for.
What are you going to do, Tom?
When you get out to that sub before Tonjes gets back.
Hurry up, Tom. What's that? Sharks! Tom! Look out! Sharks!
Don't let the sharks get Adams. He has a boat that we can use.
We gotta stop that shark. Get your guns, boy. Shoot that shark.
Oh, he made it! He made it! Oh, you said it, sister. You tell the captain all about it?
Won't do him any good.
It won't do you any good, you mean? That's a U.S. submarine, Mr. Raider.
I'm afraid you're jumping at conclusions. That's our submarine.
Captain George is on the radio, sir.
Captain George is commander of that submarine. Excuse me.
Oh!
Come on, you kids. Captain Nelson wants you up on deck.
He does, huh? What's the big idea?
The idea is we reached that island you said it was a lot of baloney. Come on, get a move on.
Take it easy, Butler.
Go ahead.
You child.
Go on, get a move on you.
You'll know in a little while whether I've been lying to you or not. The yacht ought to be right in that cove. It better be.
Yeah, and it won't be healthy for you, Nelson, if it ain't.
Hello, Mr. Tonjes. Bet you're sort of surprised to see me aboard this craft.
I certainly am. I thought the storm got you.
Oh, it's a storm to an old sea dog like me.
Where'd you get this ship, Cap?
Hey, come on, boat.
Yeah, what's going on?
3 of the kids jumped overboard.
Hey, let's go on me, will you?
Let them go.
Oh, what for? They're the 3 that stole the torpedo boat.
If the sharks don't get them, and they do manage to get to the island, they'll never get off of it.
All right, Toby, sure, I'm all right. None of us are gonna be all right. I'm before the place is gonna show up. Need any help? Kidding? Look, there's a ledge we might be able to get onto. Let's try it, kid. Let's go. All right, come on, Toby. I got you. Don't worry about me. Come on, Toby. Take it easy, Toby. Come on. All right, come on. Give me a boost up, will you? All right, come on. Let's give me a boost up. Oh, this is slippery. Oh, shale. Okay, you're next, Billy. You're next. Hurry up, will you? Give me a hand. That's it. Why are you? These rocks are slippery. Come on, get healthy. Getting the poor guy up. Yeah, the rocks are shale. Come on, Billy. Wait a minute, my pants are coming off. Let me take them off. Hey, you pull him up by his pants. I'm going up and see what's in that cave up there. Okay, but be careful. Don't worry about me. Can't you catch? Hey, all right. Hey, this is Toby. Grab hold of the up, will you? All right, you ready? Hey, Toby, stop pulling me down! Ah, why you cut it out? You know I don't like water. These damn kids are really pulling them down. Billy! Billy! Hurry, Toby, will you?
Intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
For your convenience, our refreshment stand will remain open after the feature begins, so you still have time to add to the fun of watching the movie. Before we begin our next feature, we'd like to remind you to replace your speaker before leaving the theater. If it is accidentally damaged, please notify someone at the refreshment stand. Again, thank you for coming out to the drive-in tonight. As you leave, please drive carefully and come back soon.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. time for some words about some of the cast of the television shows you are seeing tonight on our newest double feature. Let's start with some of the stars of Pantomime Quiz Time. Let's start with Vincent Price, who really needs no introduction. I hosted House on Haunted Hill. It's our 50th Weirdcast, one of great William Castle films. He was in many excellent films, of course, like The Fly and House of Wax and The Tingler, and he was in Edward Scissorhands, his last role. He, of course, did the rap, if you will, on Thriller with Michael Jackson. He did work with Alice Cooper, Muppet Show, so many other great appearances. It's almost impossible to list them all. He's one of the classic actors of the horror and science fiction genre. Adele Jurgens, you may have recognized her if you're a fan of horror comedies, because she was in Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man. Speaking of the Invisible Man, Walter Brennan was in the original Invisible Man as the man whose bicycle is stolen by Claude Rains. He also had a bit part in Bride of Frankenstein, but he's best well known for winning 3 Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actor. He's still the only actor to ever do that, and he almost had 4. He won them for Come and Get It, Kentucky, and The Westerner. He had a nomination for his role in Sergeant York. He's one of the greatest actors of his time. Was in practically every Western ever made in Hollywood in that time period. Now also, we had Howard Da Silva in that episode of Pantomime Quiz Time. He's probably best remembered for a lot of his television work. He won an Emmy, in fact, for some of his television work. He's also best remembered for his role as Benjamin Franklin in the film version of 1776. He was in The Lost Weekend, he was in Blue Dahlia, lots of other film noir movies and crime dramas. And then you, of course, had Hans Conried, a man whose voice you probably recognize if you are any sort of fan of animation from the 50s through the 80s even, and especially if you are a fan of old-time radio. He was on practically every radio program with that booming, over-emoting voice of his. He's best known for his voice work as being Captain Hook in Disney's Peter Pan, and of course, Snidely Whiplash from the Rocky and Bullwinkle Show, probably one of the greatest voice roles of his lifetime, actually. He was also in The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T, a weird film that I recommend that you see just because of how strange it is. Now, coming up on One Step Beyond, we have actors like Jack Daly, who was in both Killers from Space and Phantom from Space. I'm not sure what the difference is, really. You also have John Close, who is going to be in this episode of One Step Beyond coming up in a moment. He was in The Day the Earth Stood Still. He had a small role there. He was in The Slime People. You might recognize Yvette Mimieux in this episode of One Step Beyond. She's best known from her role in The Time Machine. She was also in The Black Hole from Disney Pictures. You also see Mickey Shaughnessy. He was in Conquest of Space. He was in Jailhouse Rock with Elvis Presley. He was even in From Here to Eternity. So we hope you are enjoying this double feature. We'll get right back to it after this word from Walter Brennan.
You ain't gonna learn Amos McCoy how to read.
And why not?
'Cause I don't believe in it. 'Tain't natural. If the good Lord meant for us to read, we'd been born knowing how. Now leave me be.
All right, cut. Fine. That's it. Thank you. Good night.
Thanks. Good night, dear. Good night, Dad.
See you in the morning.
Yeah. You know, I've played many characters during my 40 years of acting. But away from the movie camera, well, I guess I'm just about the same as anyone else. I am a grandfather, though. I was born in Massachusetts. And I do want my grandchildren to grow up in peace, security, and prosperity. I know that savings is the way to prosperity. And I believe in putting away part of my pay in United States savings bonds on the payroll plan. Now, you can do the same where you work or at any bank. You know that's just good common sense from your old friend, Walter Brennan, Amos McCoy to you, wishing you peace and prosperity. Buy your country's bonds.
Bureaus of missing persons in every city in the world list thousands of odd and unexplained disappearances. But in the literature of psychic phenomena, there are 2 sudden appearances that are perhaps as strange and as perplexing as anything that ever happened on this earth. One of them occurred in the town of Chico, in California's Sacramento Valley. The date was March 17th, 1922. It began with something as commonplace and as ordinary as these pieces of granite, sandstone, marble, shale, quartz. Ordinary pieces of rock and stone. Or are they?
Yes, sir, that'll be in this week's paper. We're printing it up tonight. Just as soon as... Just a minute, Mr. Stroud. Harry!
You'll be sure to stand on the porch roof. Here they come again! Frank! 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 Frank!
Guess that's it for today.
Is he all right?
I think he's just knocked out.
Like the others. They're warm.
Right on schedule, 3 o'clock. We'd better get him over to Doc Stanley.
Oh, my goodness. Mr. Stroud, please forgive me. Mr. Stroud? How's Frank?
He'll be all right.
Harry? Have you told the marshal yet about what you did?
Well, there's no sense getting him riled ahead of time.
You know, when all those people start arriving in town, he's going to go sky high, Harry.
Joe Tomlinson's just worried about looking foolish in front of outsiders about not being able to stop this. Or not being able to find out who or what's been doing.
And all those big city newspaper people writing it up, we're going to look pretty foolish. The whole world's going to have a great big horse laugh at us.
Maybe. Maybe this is something important that the whole world ought to know about. Jenny, our business is news. However it turns out, it'll still be news.
Are you going to meet them?
2:30 tomorrow.
Joe Tomlinson won't like it.
Joe Tomlinson doesn't like anything.
Is this the place they come down, Mr. Cole?
For the last 3 days, yes. But you still don't believe me, do you?
Oh, I imagine there's some stones coming from somewhere. I just don't think you're foolish enough to believe there's anything strange about it.
Do you think this is a hoax, too?
Well, let's say I'll have to be shown. Folks in Los Angeles like to read about this sort of thing, so whatever happens, I'll write about it, but I'll write the truth, Mr. Cole.
Very good, Mr. Cole. You've got a fine sense of theater. All the props in the right places at the right time. Listen to this, Bradley. Harry Cole, editor, Chico Chronicle. Dear sir, this is to inform you that I am the one who's been causing the stones and rocks to fall on Chico. To prove it, I will make them fall again tomorrow at exactly 3 o'clock and exactly where they fell today. And since I have repealed the law of gravity, I will have some of them float down from the sky. And sign the Ghost. It's rather amateur theatricals, I'm afraid, Mr. Cole. The Ghost.
In the past 10 months, many people have come forward claiming to know who or what was responsible. Now, many of them were anonymous.
Well, now you've got your answer. It's a ghost.
I assume there are cranks all over the world, Mr. Towers, even in San Francisco. I merely thought, as a newspaper man, gathering information on a story, you would be interested in seeing that note.
Oh, I'm interested. I'm very interested, Mr. Cole, to see just how far you'll go to try to sell us this bill of goods.
I'm not sure how they do things in the big city. But here, while I try to approach gathering news with a healthy skepticism, I hope I do it without arrogance or a smart-alecky, know-it-all attitude.
Very well put, Mr. Cole. Don't you think so, Towers?
So you got visitors, Harry?
Hi, Joe. It's the town marshal, gentlemen. Mr. Joseph Tomlinson. This is Mr. Towers of the San Francisco...
Yeah, I know who they are.
You don't seem very happy to see us here, Marshal.
No, I'm not. I think this is strictly a local affair. It's nobody else's business.
How do you know that, Marshal?
What?
Well, I mean, unless you know who or what is responsible, how do you know it is local?
What else can it be?
Well, I'm sure you've been trying to find out for the past 10 months.
Sure, naturally.
Now, Chico isn't a very large town. If somebody is launching stones with some sort of catapult, I'm sure you'd have discovered him by now.
If it's really happening. Don't you see, Bradley? It couldn't be anything else. There are no hills around here.
Those stones come straight down from nowhere.
Sure they do.
Where's the highest spot in town, Marshal?
The roof of Torrey's warehouse up on High Street.
Can we go up there?
Certainly.
Well, that's where I want to be at 3 o'clock. With field glasses. That's Harry Call's place, huh?
Yeah.
And the stones have fallen there for the last 3 days, huh?
Right in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, they could easily have been thrown from here with some sort of machine. Couldn't they?
Bradley, let me tell you something. For the last 10 months, those rocks have fallen just about every place in this town. At all sorts of different hours, day and night. And plenty of those times I've been right here with those glasses. But like Call said, they always fall straight down.
It's almost 3 o'clock, Mr. Towers.
Just a minute or so by my watch.
Well, they at least come in under the porch roof.
No, sir. This I want to see from beginning to end.
There. There, Mr. Bradley, a little more to your left. Up there.
They are. They're falling from an empty sky.
They're floating.
The man who wrote this note, who signed himself the Ghost, was never heard from again. However, a young man who had come to Chico 10 months before, and who had been the subject of much conversation because of his odd behavior, disappeared suddenly on the same day. A nationwide search was made for him, but no trace of him or his invention was ever found. Who was he? Or perhaps, what was he? Because, from the New York Times, printed in 1878, 44 years before the barrage of rocks began over Chico. On the 29th of August, a great number of small fish fell from the sky on the town of Chico, California, covering the roof of a store and falling in the streets over an area of several acres. They fell from a cloudless sky and were both freshwater and ocean varieties. And from the Monthly Weather Review of March 1885, a large object of very hard material weighing several tons, but defying analysis, fell from the sky in the town of Chico, California. Now, was the ghost whoever or whatever he was, or is, responsible for all the strange goings-on in the sky over Chico. It certainly would be fascinating to find out. Just as it would be fascinating to find out more about a man named Charles Elton. The year was 1917. The place, just outside the private residence of a cabinet member of the United States government in Washington, D.C. Charles Elton, if that really was his name, chose to make an appearance here in a most unorthodox manner. But then he proved to be a most unorthodox individual.
Your office, Mr. Secretary?
No, there's a meeting at the State Department, 8:45. It's nearly that now, but let's not break any cross-town speed records.
No, sir.
I'm afraid you won't be able to leave just yet, Mr. Secretary.
Who are you and what do you want?
Just to show the Secretary something of great importance.
Well, you better get out of here fast.
Sir, you have a reputation for being a reasonable man. I'm sure you can see if you will notice this car is in no condition to take you anywhere. So you might as well let me fix it.
Fix it? There isn't a gasoline station around for at least a mile.
Which is precisely why I chose to empty your gasoline tank here. Mr. Secretary, please forgive my methods. But after waiting in your outer office 4 days in vain...
There may be enough gasoline in the lines to get to a gas station.
Carter, you'd best go and telephone for a taxicab.
Maybe I better call the police.
No, I'll be all right.
Yes, sir.
I thought your face was familiar.
Excuse me, sir.
Where are you going?
Just to get your garden hose.
Hose? Here, what are you doing?
Fixing it so you can drive to the State Department.
Great Scott, man, you'll ruin the motor with water.
Just water, yes.
Well, do you think I sprinkle my lawn with gasoline?
Mr. Secretary, please, relax. I assure you I'm not harming your high-powered engine in any way. There. That ought to do it. There's the little beauty. So, now for a moment to allow for the effervescence to distribute the chemical throughout the water. And then, you'll want to watch this, Mr. Secretary. I pump it to get some of my mixture up into the carburetor. Get in, Mr. Secretary. I'll have you at the State Department in 3 minutes. I'm a very careful driver, sir.
Where did you get the gasoline, Mr. Secretary?
Oh, from the garden hose. Naturally.
Pardon, sir?
Cancel the taxi cab.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Secretary. Good evening, Commander. Good evening, gentlemen.
Secretary.
Nice to see you. Gentlemen, this is Mr. Charles Elton. Commander Phillips, Colonel Willis, Mr. Garner. Each an expert in his own field. Mr. Elton, gentlemen, may very possibly have made the most important discovery since the development of the internal combustion engine. If he has what he appears to have, it would, to say the very least, accelerate the growth of world economy at an unprecedented rate, and aid greatly in giving the Allied war machine complete and overwhelming superiority.
Where is this miracle, sir?
Right here. I'm not surprised that you wonder, gentlemen. I could very well have been duped, but that's why we're here, to find out. Is that the engine, Commander?
Yes, sir.
Now, you're absolutely certain that the tank is empty, and that it has never at any time contained any fuel whatsoever.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Colonel, did you get the water?
Oh, yes, Mr. Secretary.
But where did you get it?
I picked it up at the corner grocery store, sir.
Oh, fine. Now, is there a clean glass handy?
Oh, yes. Right here.
Good, thank you. Would you pour some water in here, please, Colonel? Colonel, have a drink. What's it taste like?
Like water, sir.
Just plain, ordinary water, nothing added?
I'm sorry to say not, as far as I can tell.
Mr. Garner.
Just water?
Commander, how long to run an analysis on this?
Half a minute.
Good. Mr. Garner, is there anything at all unusual about this engine?
No, it's just a plain automobile engine.
Mm-hmm. Commander?
I can tell better after they sit a while, sir. But so far, it's just good old H2O.
Fine. Well, Miss Elton, stage is yours.
Thank you, sir.
What are you doing?
Just protecting myself, Mr. Secretary. Just enough to prime it and run the engine for about a minute. One provision, Mr. Secretary.
Yes?
You must permit me to consume every drop of the fuel. Well, sir, all the elements I use can be found on this planet. And perhaps some very clever chemist, after some hard work, might succeed in making an analysis. Then I would no longer have a secret, would I? And therefore nothing to sell.
Yes, I see what you mean. Very well, you have my word.
Very well, gentlemen. Someone can start the engine.
Mr. Garner?
But, Mr. Secretary, if you'll forgive me, there can only be one possible result. Water vapor and an internal combustion engine are incompatible. You'll simply ruin a perfectly good engine.
That is a risk that I feel we can afford.
Very well.
Well, gentlemen, what do you say?
There's only one thing you can say. It's impossible.
It completely defies the whole theory of internal combustion. Well, unless I'm dreaming, this will do everything you said it would.
Unless we're all dreaming the same dream. Well, how much do you want for your formula?
$10 million.
Mr. Garner, you're employed in private industry. How much do you think he could get for this on the open market?
Well, if it's what it seems to be, and can be produced cheaply, I guess there is no ceiling.
That's a very good point. How much would it cost to produce this marvelous pill of yours?
For a pill that will convert 10 gallons of water into 10 gallons of high-grade fuel, less than 2 cents.
You guarantee that?
Make the deal contingent upon it.
That's fair enough. I, of course, can't commit our government to a project of this magnitude on my own responsibility, but, well, I feel certain that we'll have no difficulty in getting what you want. Now, if you wouldn't mind just waiting in the other room for a moment, there's some things I'd like to discuss with these gentlemen.
Not at all.
I'll be with you in a very few moments.
Take your time, Mr. Secretary.
Well, gentlemen, I'm not an expert on these matters. I leave that to you, but I know I'd hate to present this matter to the president and have it explode in my face.
Well, nobody's an expert on that stuff, except your Mr. Elton.
You took every possible precaution, sir. I know one thing. There was no drop of fuel of any kind in that engine until he poured his mixture in.
Mr. Garner, you're a very cautious man. Would you care to express an opinion?
Man enough to be a complete fool to believe what we just saw. But I believe it. There's no other choice.
Well, gentlemen, that's good enough for me. Mr. Elton, I'm glad to... Mr. Elton? Mr. Elton? He's gone. And he was gone. He had completely vanished. The FBI and the Secret Service for many, many months searched for Charles Elton. They checked every hotel and rooming house in Washington. They interviewed every Charles Elton in America. They took his fingerprints from the laboratory, and they checked them and compared them against every conceivable source. But not one shred of evidence was ever found to prove that such a man even existed. And of course, to this day, no one can even imagine how he managed to make gasoline from water. His secret, like the secret of the ghost who worked his magic in Chico, California, continues to elude our best scientific minds. We may never discover who these men were. Where are they?
What for? They're the three that stole the torpedo.
The sharks don't get them, and they do manage to get to the island. They'll never get off of it.
Come on, Toby. Take it easy, Toby. Come on. Come on. Give me a boost up, will you? All right, come on. Let's give him a boost up. Oh, shale. Okay, you're next, Billy. You're next. Hurry up, will you? Give me a hand. Why are you? These arms are slippery. Come on, get healthy. Can't even pull a guy up. Yeah, the rocks are shale. Come on, Billy. Wait a minute, my pants are coming off. Let me take them off. Hey, you pull him up by his pants. I'm going up and see what's in that cave up there. Okay, but be careful. Don't worry about me. Can't you catch? Hey, it is. Toby, get a hold of him up, will you? All right, you ready? Yeah. Ready? Hey, Toby, stop pulling me down! Ah, why don't you cut it out? You know I don't like water. He's not kidding, something's really pulling him down. Billy! Billy! Hurry, come, will ya? Come on, Toby. I'll get him. Boy, you came up just in time. There was a shark out there. What put it down in the first place? An octopus that had me and Toby. Hey, why'd I go down there? I couldn't do nothing. What I can't figure out is why I let us go. Maybe on account of the shark I saw, huh? Yeah, but that's it. Hey, look, they're still fighting. I wonder who won. The shark must have got the octopus. Boy, it's a lucky thing that shark came along when it did, didn't it? You said it, otherwise we'd have been goners. The shark did. Hey, fellas, what I want to know is how are we going to get off this ledge? Let's take a look at that cave up there. Yeah, it may lead us somewhere. Hey, look! Hold on. There's a sub. Come on, yell. Maybe they'll hear us.
Right there to dive.
All men at their station.
Forget about it. They're going down. Captain Nelson, the Sea Raider was coming to him if he was.
Hey, look! A freighter!
I'd like to be aboard her. Not for me. There's too many freighters being sunk by the Sea Raider these days.
What's the difference? Style don't belong to the Sea Raider. We stay here, we're sunk. We go out there, we might get sunk.
No, he's right. We might as well make a stand to get aboard that freighter. Come on, yell.
Torpedo! Port torpedo! Port torpedo! Left!
S10 calling X1. S10 calling X1. S10 calling X1. S10 calling X1. Come in, X1.
X1 calling S10. Go ahead, S10.
Right. Will proceed as directed. And report later. S10 signing off.
Go in.
The prisoners are here, sir.
Good. Bring them in.
All right, bring them in. Say, what's the idea, Tonjes?
Easy, Brack.
It's good advice, Adams. For your information, Warren, I'm not interested in you or what happens to you.
You're not? Well, I am.
Take him away, and the two boys with him. Just a minute. You won't need this anymore.
Give me that badge.
I may find it useful. Lock them up.
Easy, does up your ass there. What do you think? Take it easy.
Well, Adams, how about it?
If you mean about the plans for my torpedo boat, my answer's the same. I'll not give them to you.
You wouldn't want anything to happen to Miss Carlton or your brother, would you?
Oh, I know. You wouldn't hesitate to torture them.
I wouldn't have to. I've plenty of men to do it for me.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Tonjes. I'll draw up the plans for you if you'll...
If I'll set your friends free? No, Adams. You're hardly in a position to dictate terms.
No. Suppose I refuse to give them to you.
Then you have a fair idea of what will happen. Take them away.
What was that?
That, my friend, was a black leopard. The most vicious animal living. I salvaged him from one of the boats I destroyed.
What in the Sam Hill is that?
Yeah.
Oh, kid, let's keep moving. Billy! There he is. Toby! Billy, get me out! I'm sinking in mud or something! nothing. We gotta get him out. How can we? Hurry up, I'm sinking fast. It's getting all dark. Grab my ankle, Swab. Got me? Yeah. Can you reach me? I don't know. I can't see nothing. Well, grab my hands. Okay, pull me up. Pull me, Swab. We'll get him out. Yeah, if your legs hold out.
Doesn't look like we're ever going to get out of this prison.
Oh, if we only knew what Tonjes intends doing with us.
Yeah, if we only did.
There's that horrible sound again.
Oh, probably ain't nothing but the wind or something, blowing through something or other.
It's driving me crazy.
Oh, there now, dearie. Doesn't do any good to get all head up.
I wish I stuck to my newspaper route. Boy, that was awful. I tell you, I couldn't see nothing. I felt just like a gopher.
That ought to feel natural to you. A gopher ain't nothing but an underground rat.
Cut it out, you guys. I didn't say nothing.
From now on, I'm taking the lead. Stick close to the wall. We gotta find a way out.
Want some help?
No.
Hey, I can see light.
We sure can use some.
Well, I'd be happy to get out of here.
Let's get going. Don't go out there.
Don't go out there.
Oh, I'm hungry, and besides, we gotta find Butch and Bill.
Sure we do. We gotta lay low till it gets dark.
Yeah, ain't you got no brains, you dope?
Come on, get
You
in.
let him talk to me that way?
That wine, it terrifies me.
Sit down. Your nerves are all frazzled. This will be Tonjes. Now be smart and try not to antagonize him.
How are you, Leah?
As good as a prisoner could be.
But we were just trying to get our blood thawed out when you came in.
It doesn't seem cold in here.
It is when that thing, whatever it is, yowls.
You mean my black leopard? Yes, it broke out of its cage and is loose on the island. Bloodthirsty beast. Killed one of my guards last week.
Oh.
How do you know we're going in the right direction?
We don't. You just gotta take a chance.
Sure, why don't you pipe down and let us do the thinking?
You think with what? There it goes again. Gives me the jitters.
Ah, it's just a little bird or something.
Get behind that tree, quick.
Hey, what's shut up? Sure can use you.
Okay, guys, let him up. I got his gun.
Look out where you point that thing.
Well, get out of the way, stupid. Get up, slug. Come on, get up. Don't write nothing funny.
Nice work, Swab. We can sure use that gun.
Yeah. You better frisk him, Toby. See if you got any more bullets.
What are you giving orders to?
Yo!
You better give me that gun.
Yeah? Why?
That's why.
What's that?
The leopard. He'll tear you to pieces if he gets a hold of you. Now, give me that gun.
Yeah, I'll take care of any leopard that's showed up around here.
Get down here. You better be taking us in the right direction.
Don't worry, I'm more anxious to get back to the compound than you are. I only hope your pal can shoot straight.
you'll hit Billy.
So Jim Morrison could be alive. Hello there. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's double feature. Please feel free to email us your comments about it. Also be sure to check out our blog, Facebook fan page, Twitter feed, Weird-O-Rama.com, and of course our Patreon page if you have some spare cash just lying around and doing nothing with it. So, for all of us here at Weird-O-Rama, this is Victor Von Psychotron, telling all of you to stay weird. Oh, and by the way, Vincent Price did not own a opera house with John Carradine, but that would have been amazing.